Hey guys, Tyler here with Revvin Reviews. So today we're going to be talking about 3 different stories. 2 of them are quite serious, and one of them is just a hilarious story that I found interesting. All of the 3 of them are very short, so that's why I'm giving you guys 3 different stories today. So the first one's a very, very serious one. Michael Schumacher, as many of you guys know, was a Formula One racing driver for the Mercedes team. He ended up getting in a near fatal accident while skiing back in 2013. And he's been recovering from it, but he's paralyzed from the accident. This being said, Mercedes has put on "Keep Fighting Michael" on their as a hashtag on all of their F1 cars since then. That's been a livery kit on all of their F1 cars since that accident. But they're taking it off, and many people are quite curious as to why is Mercedes taking this off, because that's a staple, and kind of like it's almost like we're praying for you, Michael, or something like that. But they're like, why are they taking this off? Like, Michael Schumacher is still part of the racing team, or a part of the Mercedes family, not the racing team, but the Mercedes family. So why are you guys taking this off? Well, Mercedes is kind of defending why they took it off. They're saying that they're going to be coming up with a couple different strategies when it comes to talking about keep on fighting for Michael or things like that. They don't know, they at least haven't necessarily released what exactly they're going to be doing with this whole new version of this, but they did say that they were taking it off the car for more opportunities. So that being said, here's our next story. Jaguar is coming out with a GT4 class, a race car. It's kind of interesting because we just released a video a little while ago talking about the Camaro GT4 race car, and a lot of you guys really liked it, and we got a lot of comments and stuff about that. So I thought that was quite an interesting, cool video, and I thought you guys might like this as well. So Jaguar, obviously, as many of you guys know, has the Jaguar F-Type. It's a really cool car. It has an amazing sounding exhaust, probably, if not the best, it's one of the best sounding stock exhausts that I've ever heard. It's so much fun to just rev up. We got to play around with one down in Murrieta, California, for a little bit, and just it's a really, really, really cool car, and I think that it's the best sounding stock exhaust personally. But Jaguar is releasing that they're entering into GT4 racing. They're taking the Jaguar F-Type and making it into a GT4 race car. Kind of cool. I'm very excited to see what happens. I just watched my first GT4 race last weekend, and I'm starting to get into it, starting to learn the names of the drivers and things like that, and getting into a little bit more racing now that I'm a very big car guy. I think that's going to broaden my knowledge about cars, and racing is really cool because once you start learning about cars, you get to see different aspects of the car, like, oh, this car might have better handling, or this car might have better acceleration, things like that. And then you also get to find out different driving techniques. I drive a stick shift every day, so you can see different things when it comes to that. You can see different driving techniques of passing and things like that. Obviously, everybody has different techniques of their driving habits, I guess, if you will, especially when they're racing. And so Jaguar is going to be releasing this GT4 class race car, and I'm very, very excited to see what it looks like. We have a couple renderings of it, and I'll show you guys those here. But they're very, very cool, and I can't wait to see what happens there. And our last and final story, I find this hilarious because I could totally see my friend Josh doing this. It's a hilarious story. I found it on I think it was Auto Week or Auto Blog, something like that. And I was like, why in the heck is this on here? I guess it's a trend now for do-it-yourselfers or DIY people to take riding lawnmowers and lift them and put crazy engines in them. It's been happening a little while. I actually am from a small town in California called Paris, and we're a very, very racially diverse city, and we have a fair that happens here once every year, and I think it happens in October, and there's all sorts of races, monster trucks and things like that. But one of the weirdest events that they have there is lawnmower racing. These guys come in with lawnmowers, and they're basically the same thing that this story's about. But with this version, I was reading the article just laughing. I couldn't stop laughing because people are taking these weird riding lawnmowers and they're putting them they're lifting them, basically custom lifting them, and so you get this lifted lawnmower, and then they're taking like engines out of big things like snowmobiles or razors, Polaris razors, I mean expensive things, and putting it into these lawnmowers, making them go 30-40 miles an hour. And I'm like, why are people doing this? It makes no sense, but hey, it puts a smile on my face. I'm sure it'll put a smile on your guys's. and I think it's quite funny just to think about that. I could totally see Josh doing this, because if you guys know anything about Josh, which you probably don't, but if you guys know anything about Josh, he's like a civilized redneck. I guess that's the easiest way to put it. And he's probably gonna text me after I post this video for you guys and be like, "What in the heck? Like, why?" And yeah, I would consider Josh a civilized redneck, and we're probably gonna get a hashtag sticker for Josh as a civilized redneck. So yeah, on that note, I think that's quite a hilarious story, and no horsepower statistics or anything for that, because I don't think they're needed. All I gotta say is, hey, they're making quite cool, quite interesting ones. They said that even diesel and electric ones. So I mean, if you're willing to spend $20,000 on a riding lawnmower, more power to you, man. Let me laugh at it, and sounds good. So anyways, on that note, guys, I want you to comment down below what your guys' favorite story was from today. What did you guys think about different stories? Obviously, I'm going to try and keep this ending short, but what did you guys think about all the different stories? If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put those in the comments below on our social media accounts. I'm changing our posting schedule a little bit on our social media accounts. We're only going to be posting once a day, because 3 times a day is just kind of ridiculous and it's hard to keep up with. But 1 time a day, and it'll be talking about our next topic for the following day. And I think that'll be good for you guys, because you guys will be able to interact with us on social media and see what the topic's going to be for the next day, so you guys will be ready for it. So on that note, guys, have a great day and see you later.